Good morning. This is Kelloland on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
The three suspects in a deadly shooting in Sioux Falls back in August 2022 will be sentenced next month on manslaughter charges. As part of the plea deals, Sodiman Poli agreed to a cap of 50 years, Tarly Thomas has a cap of 65 years, and Gabo Yuo agreed to 75 years.
They shot and killed Paul Billion during what police say was a robbery gone bad. Police say they had gone to Billion's home to steal marijuana. A Sioux Falls man who spent decades working as a licensed therapist and training future counselors plans to plead guilty to having an illegal relationship with one of his patients. Roy Conrad was scheduled to enter a plea yesterday, but there was an unexpected delay.
Court records show he has 3 charges of sexual penetration and 2 charges of sexual contact by a psychotherapist. A new hearing date has not yet been scheduled. Authorities in Rapid City are investigating a crash from Tuesday night when a car left the road and ran into an apartment building. 2 people in the car died at the scene.
They've been identified as 28-year-old Zachary Vermeulen and 24-year-old Andrew Smith of Rapid City. No one inside the apartment was harmed. However, the car broke a gas line and residents had to be evacuated.
When there's a gas line that's severed, the utility company is called right away to the scene, no matter what time of day it is. So we work closely with them, and to get that gas leak taken care of, they were able to get that gas line pinched off.
A third person in the car was taken to the hospital with serious injuries.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. A bit cooler today, but still not too bad out there, Scott.
No, I don't think so. Even a chance at a couple of scattered showers. We've been following some of those this morning in Minnesota, Iowa, northeastern South Dakota. These will move through Kettleland during the morning hours. We'll get a break late morning into the early afternoon, and then we'll watch things redevelop as we go into the later part of the afternoon and evening. Temperatures will be cooler, and the winds will be strong, too. From the northwest, we could see wind gusts 40 miles per hour or more in eastern Kettleland. More details on your forecast with Brian coming up.
Thank you, Scott. 2 candidates are still campaigning for the at-large position on the Sioux Falls City Council.
Jordan Deffenbaugh and Richard Thomason received the most votes out of the 3 candidates, but with no one getting 50% of the vote, the 2 will run again. We asked them how they'll change strategy going into the next race.
I think we can stick to what we've been doing. That's what's great, is I think we've built the momentum and we got a good rhythm happening. So we're just going to keep that up, keep engaging with folks, keep starting conversations, because at the end of the day, what this is about is starting dialogue.
Stay true to who I am and keep running the same campaign that we've been running, which is I'm a proven leader. I am able to come in and start effectively leading day one, and whoever would like to come up and vote for me, again, we already had the plurality, so we are expecting a win and are excited for it.
The runoff election will take place April 30th. If you have not registered to vote, you can do so until 5 p.m. on April 15th. Eat Well Sioux Falls Mobile Market has undergone some changes this week.
They're looking to make fewer stops while also having stops that last longer. Interim Director Kristen Johnson says the market is for everyone.
We're trying to make it access-wise a longer period of time. We can really plant in the neighborhood and make those neighborhood connections as well.
The market was right by Laura B. Anderson Elementary School Wednesday, not far from the intersection of Cliff Avenue and Rice Street. The Premier Playhouse is set to open the curtain on Oklahoma at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Sioux Falls.
This is the first time the group has ever performed Oklahoma, and say the show delivers a message of community on stage and behind the scenes.
All of our folks come from different backgrounds and different places, and they're coming together to tell this story. All of the folks on stage, the characters, they are essentially all coming from different backgrounds and places in life to kind of reason with the things that are happening in front of them.
Oklahoma opens its 8-show run tonight at the Orpheum Theater. We provided a link with showtimes and ticket information under this story on our website.
And that's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, our weather update today. Well, a couple of things here. We have a red flag warning west of Sioux Falls. That includes the Huron area, also Yankton. I do want to add to that, too, that the Weather Service office in Sioux Falls just put out a couple of new things on that for the afternoon in Sioux Falls. If the humidity goes down sufficiently and the conditions continue to kind of head in that direction, there is a fire weather watch for Minnehaha and Lincoln County. That means that the fire danger can go up. We're kind of in that borderline where these showers are still dotting the landscape to the east, and that's keeping things a little wetter there in western Minnesota and even up toward the Brookings area. The numbers at midday are primarily in the low to mid 50s. We got a lot of wind today going into Sioux Falls, at least at that 20 to 40 mile an hour range, and I would expect more 50s as we head through the late afternoon. The wind's not as strong for Rapid City. Those wind numbers will be down tomorrow. I expect a lot of folks here tomorrow morning will wake up to low to mid 30s, and then we'll break into a nice day on Friday. Highs upper 60s, Sioux Falls. A few 70s could pop up around Phillip and Pine Ridge. Beyond that, here we go into the start of the weekend. The question mark is, how warm is it going to get? Well, we're seeing some 80s. That's on the table here, at least to 80, maybe a few spots closer to 84, 85. Numbers in the northeast even warming up there in Sisseton in the upper 70s. Here we go Sunday morning, a mild start and another day into the 70s, and we'll probably sprinkle in a few 80s once again. Looks like a really nice outdoor kind of weather here on the weekend forecast. Now let's pull the view out here as we go into Monday. Can we have another day of warm weather? Absolutely. Sioux Falls, that 85 is on track for what we're thinking. It looks like we're going to open up the door to some 90-degree weather in eastern Nebraska, a strong south wind at 20 to 40. Now, all of that will probably lead into some thunderstorm chances starting Monday night into Tuesday. And rain will wrap around this low pressure center, and it looks like a decent event of some rainfall in the southeast. We'll watch how much we can get out of that, but I do think that is a consideration. There's another piece of this trough coming out by the middle of next week that could brew up some snow in Wyoming into the Black Hills. Notice your 80s on the front side. So I think a weather week of a lot of extremes. We go from 90s to some chances of snow, all within the context of a few hundred miles. And really, even Nebraska, for example, could easily see both of those combinations in the next 7 days. Here are the numbers today. We're in the 50s, pretty uniform across the board. That strong northwest wind, eastern Ketherland, your 7-day forecast. So once we start to move into the weekend, we warm it up into the 80s. We'll peak on Monday, and then we'll bring the rain chances up quite a bit Monday night and Tuesday, and carry over into Wednesday. I also want to make sure we mention beyond day 7, there should be a segment of below normal temperatures. So we're going to swing the other way on the pendulum. Aberdeen, mid-70s for the weekend, near 80 by Monday. That rain chance will go up Monday night into Tuesday, and that's also for Pierre and Rapid. At this point, the first initial batch of moisture might be a little heavier east of Rapid City. Then we'll see if that second piece comes out of that trough by day 7. That's what we're going to be watching. More details online at KETHLELAND.com.